Alright guys, I'm going to go over A1, this is 2.5 day 1, the solutions, and what we have to write is a compound inequality for this graph. Now looking at this graph, I can tell right away it's an AND because the arrows are running towards each other. We've got one arrow from the 2 going to the left, and we have one arrow from the negative 3. And so this is an AND. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, everything that we're going to do in algebra is either going to be an AND, like this, or it's going to be an OR, like this. In algebra, we will not see anything that looks like this, or we won't see anything that looks like this. Okay? These will not happen, but these will. So we only have ANDs and ORs. Alright, let me clean this up a little bit, and then we'll get to the lesson. So, what I have here is a negative 3. I have an arrow, an open circle running in this direction. So I would write that as x, looking at the end of the arrow, is greater than negative 3. And then I have a closed circle at 2 that's going over to the left. And I would write that one as x is less than or equal to 2. Now because it's an AND, we have to put them together. And the way that we put them together is we take the smaller one. So what's smaller, negative 3 or 2? So negative 3 is smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this whole thing. So if I flip that whole thing, I would get negative 3 less than x. And here I've got x less than or equal to 2. We're going to merge those two together. We should get negative 3 less than x less than or equal to 2. And that is how you write the inequality for that graph. Number 4 is also an AND, right? Because at 7, we have an open circle going in this direction. And at 14, we have an open circle going in this direction. So this is an AND. Now to do the 7, we would have x, looking at the end of the arrow, is greater than 7. And we have x, end of the arrow, is less than 14. We're going to take the smallest one between 7 and 14, that's going to be this one, and we're going to flip it. That's going to be 7 is less than x. We're going to bring this down. X is less than 14. We're going to combine those two. We should have 7 less than x less than 14. That is the compound inequality for that graph. Number 5, this is an OR. They're going away from each other, so this is an OR. These are the easy ones. So we would have x, looking at the end of the arrow, less than or equal to negative 7, or x, looking at the end of the arrow, greater than or equal to negative 4. And that's how you write the compound inequality for an OR. Number 6 is another OR. This is going to be x. Look at the end of the arrow is less than or equal to, because it's shaded in, 4, or x greater than 6. That is the compound inequality. Number 7, a number p is less than 6. So I'm going to p less than 6, and p is greater than 2. Alright, so it's an AND, we have to put them together, so we're going to take the smallest one and we're going to flip it. So that's going to be 2 less than p. I'm going to take this and move it over here. We would have p less than 6. We're going to combine those two p's. We're going to have 2 less than p less than 6. And that is the compound inequality for an AND. I almost forgot that we need to graph this. So if we were going to graph this, let's say I have 2 here. This is going to be an open circle going in that direction. Let's say we have 6 here. This is going to be an open circle going in this direction. So everything in between and 2 open circles. All right, number 8, we've got a number n is less than or equal to -7, or the number n is greater than 12. And that's it. There's nothing we have to put together. This is how you would write the compound inequality for an OR. And then we need to graph this one. So if I was going to graph it, I've got -7, a closed circle, going to the left, and then +12, I would have an open circle going to the right. Number 9, m is more than -7 2/3. M is greater than -7 2/3, or m is at most, and for at most we're going to put the less than or equal to, because it can be equal to. And the way that I remember that at most is less than is because if it was the other way, it would mean that the m could keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But we know that it's limited, and it's limited to -10. And then that's it. This is how you would write this compound inequality for the OR. You can tell that the ORs are a lot easier than the ANDs. Much more easier. To graph number 9, I've got -10, and this would be a closed circle going to the left. -7 2/3 would be an open circle going to the right. A number r is no less than -1.5. R cannot be less than, so it's going to have to be greater than -1.5. And r is fewer than 9.5. Alright, just one thing to talk about is we know that this is greater than is because it's no less than. So it can't be smaller than, right? No less than, which means it's going to have to be greater than. And because it can be -1.5, we want to put the equal sign there. Now, to graph this, I'm going to have -1.5 here. I'm going to have a closed circle going to the right. And I'm going to have 9.5 here, open circle going to the left. Now we did not write this one as a compound inequality, so we're going to have to do that. So this is my smallest one. I'm going to flip it. That's going to be -1.5, less than or equal to r. I'm going to bring this one down here. R is less than 9.5. We're going to combine these. We should get -1.5. Less than or equal to r, less than 9.5. That would be the correct inequality. Another thing that's kind of nice to just double check to make sure you're doing this right is on an AND, these will be pointing in the same direction, right? See how they're pointing to the left? If ever you have one pointing to the left and one going to the right, most likely there's some kind of error that you did with your math. One more to go. All right. Silt snails are large mollusks that lived in deep waters. They have been found in a range of elevations shown. Write and graph a compound inequality that represents this range. All right, so the first thing is we know that x has to be less than or equal to -100 because it's got to be under that amount. And we know that x has to be greater than or equal to -2,500. So now we need to graph and we need to write the inequality. Let's write the inequality first. So the lowest number, or the smallest number, is this one, so I'm going to flip it. I got -2,500 is less than or equal to x. I'm going to bring this over. x is less than or equal to negative 100. Put them together, and I've got negative 2,500 less than or equal to x less than or equal to negative 100. That is the correct compound inequality for this scenario. The last thing that we need to do is we need to write, they want us to make a graph. Well, the graph is kind of done for us. If I took this and I twisted it, this is basically what your graph is going to look like. It's going to look like a number line. Here you've got negative 100, and you would have a closed circle going to the left. And over here you'd have negative 2,500, and you'd have a closed circle, and the overlap would be everything in between. Alright guys, that's it for the 2.5 day 1 solution. Let's take a look at your lesson for today.